Bright star. Children. Justice. The Empire panicked. This was no reconnaissance unit. This was no army. This was one woman. And she was coming. The showdown. The Empire evacuated civilians from the Velka system and fortified its largest dreadnought, the Imperial Sunbreaker, ordering it to intercept the Night Mother. Admiral Varnak, a veteran of 22 campaigns, studied the tactical logs. "Who is she?" he demanded. An intelligence officer trembled. "An Earth operative. Retired. Code name. Baba Yaga." Varnak scoffed. "One woman cannot fight an empire." The officer whispered, "Sir, she already is." The Night Mother dropped out of warp in total silence. The dreadnought opened fire immediately. What happened next became legend. The Night Mother danced through the firestorm. Too fast, too unpredictable, too intelligent. She sliced through fighter wings with surgical precision. She shut down the dreadnought's shield network using an obsolete Empire access code no one should have known. Within minutes, she boarded the Sunbreaker. Within minutes, its hallways were red. Varnak confronted her on the command deck. "You dare kill thousands over a transport accident," he spat. Yelena's voice was a dead whisper. "They were children." "There were human children," he said mockingly. "A small inconvenience." That was his final sentence. Her blade silenced him forever. She accessed the ship's black box. The playback showed the Empire's direct order. Eliminate the vessel. Blame a pirate faction. There was no ambiguity. No accident. No misunderstanding. Only murder. Yelena uploaded the files to every public network in the galaxy. The truth spread like wildfire. The Empire's crimes were exposed. And their fear of humanity, of her, became absolute. Ending. The galaxy erupted. Worlds long oppressed by the Empire rose in rebellion. Fleets defected overnight. Governors surrendered. The Empire fractured under the crushing weight of its own cruelty. As for Yelena, she did not lead a rebellion. She did not claim power. She did not stay for applause or revenge. She simply vanished once the truth was out. Some said she returned to Earth to mourn. Others said she walked into the stars so her grief could burn alone forever. A few whispered she still hunted remnants of the Empire in the dark. But one story persisted above all. Whenever a child in the galaxy cried out in fear, whenever an innocent needed protection, a shadow would descend. Silent, deadly, inevitable. Baba Yaga, a mother who had lost everything, and in doing so, became the one thing the universe feared most. Justice, armed with grief. The freighter Bright Star drifted peacefully along the outer trade routes of Sector V9. It was a simple vessel, barely armed, modest in size, painted in cheerful yellow and white stripes. Inside, 23 human children slept in rows of stasis pods, each dreaming quietly of adventures they were too young to have lived yet. They were on their way to a cultural camp on the planet Helion, part of a joint education initiative between several peaceful colonies. The mission was supervised remotely by Earth's civilian agency, and the ship itself was piloted by 2 friendly android attendants. A harmless journey. A harmless group. A harmless mission. The Galactic Empire saw none of that. To them, the human species had always been an unpredictable variable. Too emotional, too innovative, too fast-rising for comfort. And the last thing the Empire wanted was another generation of humans gaining friends, allies, and influence beyond Earth's reach. So when a patrol cruiser discovered the Bright Star crossing the border near the unseen frontier, they registered its purpose. Human children. A transmission was sent to the Empire Command. A reply was returned in seconds. Eliminate the vessel. Blame a pirate faction. And so, the Empire attacked. The cruiser fired a single, precise antimatter lance. The bright star was vaporized in an instant, a silent, perfect sphere of annihilation. No distress beacon survived. No escape pods detached. The children never even woke. To the Empire, it was a strategic act. A quiet preventive measure. A piece removed from the board before it could ever play. They had no idea whose children were aboard. They had no idea what force they had just unleashed. They had no idea they had killed the children of the Baba Yaga. Beginning. Earth learned of the bright star's disappearance 18 hours later. The android attendant's failure to report triggered a delayed emergency ping from Earth's Department of Civilian Transit. The signal was faint. Interference suggested debris. When the scans came back showing only dust and radiation signatures, the conclusion was unavoidable. The ship had been destroyed, violently. The director ordered a diplomatic inquiry. The military suggested pirates. The public remained unaware. But one person, one woman, felt something tear inside her long before the official report arrived. Her name was Yelena Morozova. She was a former intelligence operative, a myth whispered in military academies, a ghost story told among mercenary crews. During the Silent Frontier War, she had been given a code name that stuck even long after she retired. Baba Yaga, the Witch of the Void, the one who hunts in the dark. She had disappeared from the battlefield years ago, choosing motherhood over warfare. She raised her children on a quiet coastline, living a peaceful life far away from the bloodshed she once knew too well. She thought she had left the darkness behind. She was wrong. When the Council's emergency signal reached her home, when she read the list of the Bright Star's passengers, her world collapsed into stillness. Her 2 children. Her only children. Gone. Agents arrived to deliver condolences. Counselors arrived to provide comfort. Officials arrived to request patience while investigations began. Yelena said nothing. Did not speak. Did not scream. Did not cry. She simply stood up, left her home, and walked into the storming night. Those watching felt something in the air change, as if the universe itself had drawn a sharp breath in fear. Because they all knew the legends. When Baba Yaga went silent, it meant only one thing. She was hunting. Yelena returned to a life she had sworn never to touch again. Within hours, she had broken into an abandoned intelligence vault buried beneath northern Siberia. Biometric locks recognized her despite decades of inactivity. Her suit awaited her. Black as the deep void, whisper-thin yet indestructible. Her weapons awaited her. A pair of graviton blades, a neurointerference spear, and a rail rifle that could punch holes through starship hull plating. And her ship awaited her. The Night Mother, a stealth corvette built for one purpose only: to kill whoever she pointed it at. When she emerged from the vault, she no longer looked human. Her face was calm. Her eyes glowed with cybernetic fire. Her suit fluttered around her like living shadow. She was Baba Yaga again. And Baba Yaga wanted answers. The hunt begins. Her first stop was the smuggler world of Virus. Rumors flew faster than currency there. She cornered a pirate crew in a bar carved from a fossilized worm shell. Who destroyed the Bright Star? She asked quietly. The pirates laughed, until she killed 5 without moving from her seat. The Empire, their captain stammered. Empire Patrol. They blamed us. They wanted anyone else to take the fall. Yelena didn't look angry. She looked patient. The worst kind of calm. She left Virus burning behind her. The Empire realizes its mistake. 3 days into her hunt, Empire analysts intercepted unusual activity. Stealth ship sightings. Patrols vanishing without sending distress. A weapons signature matching classified Earth tech. At first, they assumed it was a reconnaissance unit. Then aboard a fortress, the impregnable citadel of Ferrin, went dark. When Empire salvagers arrived, they found 9,000 elite soldiers dead. Not from explosions. Not from infiltration. Not from sabotage. From a single infiltrator who moved through the fortress like a ghost, shutting down entire regiments before they knew she was inside. Scrawled across the command deck in the blood of its officers were 3 words.